So today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about why I created our business acceleration boot camps and how it's helped to transform practice owners, not only in the US and Canada, but really all over the world. We have seen people go through our business boot camps that come the next month and say, Anissa, I have been in practice for 23 years. And that one gem that you shared actually allowed us to have our best month ever. So if you're looking to have your best month ever, I'd love to share those secrets with you to be able to help you to get there. So the question is like, what are we doing inside of boot camp? Well, boot camp is really all about, number one, discovering what is it that you want, right? What is your vision? How fast do you want to get it? And actually giving you the tools so that you can set your goals, giving you the tools so that you will understand how to add in the accountability, how to have an effective morning huddle that once you do that, you have the ability to grow your revenue and have your best month ever, or grow by $30,000 the very next month. I've heard at least 10, 20 doctors come on the next month again after and say that that's what happens. What we're also focusing on in boot camp is how do we get patients to get to that emotional level. Oftentimes we'll hear, well, if you can bring patients to emotion, then all of a sudden they'll want to move forward with treatment. But the question is like, how do we do that? And so I spent years studying advanced psychology, understanding what are those questions that we ask. And in our very last boot camp, one of the doctors came on the very next day and she said, Anissa, this is crazy. Like, we did $4,000 more today in sealants and varnish. I had another doctor who's actually has a fellowship in the AACD say that I've been doing $20,000, $30,000 cases. Like, that's something that I have the skill set to do. But that one tip, that one question that you asked me to share, I did that today. And all of a sudden, instead of a patient doing a $25,000 case, they actually did all of the treatment that we recommended, and they actually went to the front desk and put a deposit down for a $40,000 case. And so again, if you're looking for those strategies, we'd love to be able to help you inside of our boot camp. Another area that we want to focus on is profitability. And what I oftentimes see in Facebook groups is, how do we bonus on production? In fact, just last week I saw that in a Facebook group. And I said, guys, you never want to do that. It's quite dangerous, actually. What we want to focus on is understanding what we're actually making in our business every single week. And my question for you is, do you know how much it actually costs you to do a basic filling? Do you know? Oftentimes when I speak and when I do boot camps, I say, do you know how much it costs you? And people have zero idea. So inside of boot camp, I'm going to teach you so that you understand. And when you understand, you can make better decisions. The better decisions will be, well, maybe I shouldn't be taking this PPO because it cost me $120 to do a filling, and I'm actually getting $88. I'm upside down. I'm actually only getting $132, so I'm making $12, right? I often tell doctors, like, you do more in that case being a greeter at Walmart. Right? Like, welcome to Walmart, right? And so once you have knowledge, you can make a decision. Once you have knowledge, you can understand, if you choose to become a PPO, which policies are you going to go with that are going to give you the maximum return, right? So these things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about, if you are choosing to become a PPO, how do you schedule effectively so that you're seeing a patient in one visit instead of 4 visits. In one visit instead of 4 visits, guess what happens? It means it's one needle, one plastic that goes behind the chair. And so now you're actually increasing your profitability, but the problem is that you probably don't know. And so at the end of boot camp, we're going to help you to understand the processes of what I've been able to help doctors with to be able to grow and reverse engineer their $1 million increase in a year. We're going to teach the strategies, understanding how do you break down what happened last year, how do we actually reverse engineer, look at behavior changes so that you will have the tools to be able to make that happen in your business. Day 4 boot camp is all about team. I know right now many people are struggling. They're like, I can't find the right people. And if I find the right people, I can't get them onboarded correctly. And then they're leaving and they're not staying. So what does that look like? How do we find people who get it, who get our vision, who want it, who want to grow with us, and who actually have the capacity to grow with us? How does that happen? There's actually a framework for that. And so inside of boot camp, we're going to be sharing exactly that. Now, there have been some people that have reached out to me and said, you know, I've been thinking about joining one of your boot camps. I've heard about boot camp, but I haven't had a chance, or maybe I'm gonna do it next time, and maybe that might be you, right? But the question is that, you know, why wait? Why wait? One of the doctors that actually joined one of my boot camps, when we first started having boot camps, and by the way, this program, the value is $5,000 or $10,000. We're giving you an opportunity to join for free. Why am I doing that? To be honest with you, it's incredible. I'm a real dentist, just like you. So many of my mentors have said, like, why don't you go outside of dentistry? Why don't you help chiropractors and gyms and real estate agents and other brick and mortar businesses? Like, why don't you do that? But I'm a real dentist. I've been in the trenches and I know how it feels to struggle. And so within our boot camps, many will go on and join our programs. But to be honest with you, we don't actually have the capacity to be able to enroll everyone. But I do have the capacity to help everyone. And so I'm really proud that over the last 6 months, we've helped 3,000 practice owners grow their businesses. And so for me, it's part of my give to other colleagues. And so our boot camp is free, right? So what are you waiting on? Coaching clients that's in our programs now, she said, I was in your first boot camp, and this was 3 years ago. And she said, Anissa, at the end of boot camp, like, there were people that moved on to learn more, that moved on and actually do the things, and I didn't do it. And I saw them grow their multi-million-dollar businesses, and all I have is regret, because I still have a revolving door of office managers. I still am struggling to pay my bills. And so guys, there's no reason for that. Have no regret. Go ahead and sign up for our boot camp. I look forward to seeing you there.